Hi guys! Today we are going to specify and partition a whole into equal parts, identifying and counting unit fractions. So we're going to just touch base right now and review yesterday's lesson where we talked about beginning fractions. So when I look at this circle right here, I see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 pieces that make up this whole circle. It's broken up into eighths. And I can clearly see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pink shaded. So 5/8 are shaded. And I can write this as a fraction as 5/8 or 5/8. Looking at this picture, I see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 columns. How many columns are yellow? 3 of the columns are yellow. So I would write 3/6 are yellow, or 3 out of 6 as a fraction. And we're going to be getting more into fraction form as the module goes on, but I wanted to kind of just front load that to you guys and introduce it so that you were aware of it. Looking at both of these pictures, I wouldn't be able to write either one of these in fraction form. A lot of us might say I would be able to write 1 out of 3 is shaded here, but that's completely wrong because all these pieces, 3 pieces, they're not broken up equally. This piece right here is clearly bigger than the second piece. Even though the first and the second piece are the same size, the third piece isn't. You can only write in fraction form. I'm going to erase that. So you can only write in fraction form when all the pieces are broken up equally. Same goes for the triangle. This dark piece right here that's shaded in, this is not the same size as this big piece right here or this piece right here. These are all different sizes. Therefore, we can't write in fraction form. Let's go ahead and look at your problem set. This is number 1. It says circle the strips that are folded to make equal parts. So we have 4 different strips here, and they folded them to make equal parts. I can clearly see that my first strip, they're all equally folded. My second strip, I see that this piece and this piece, they're a little bit bigger than my end pieces. So they're not folded equally, so I'm not going to circle that. And my third piece, my last piece that is folded, that's bigger than the first 2 pieces, so that's not equally shaded. But my third piece is. So therefore, there's only 2 strips that are folded to make equal parts. For number 2, we need to fill in the blanks. For 2A, it says there are blank equal parts in all. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 equal parts in all. Blank are shaded. 2 are shaded. We could even take this a step further and say 2/4 are shaded. For part B, there are blank equal parts in all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 equal parts in all. Blank are shaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are shaded. And I could say 5/6 are shaded. Could even take that a step further. I want you to pause the video right now and I want you to complete 2C and 2D independently. And when you're done, start the video back up so I can go over the answers with you. Are you ready? Go ahead and pause. All right, so now check your work with my answers that I have on the screen. There are 7. Let me get my tool out. There are 7 equal parts and 3 are shaded. So I could even write that as 3/7. For 2D, there are 7 equal parts in all and 0 are shaded. 0/7. I'm going to get into 0/7 a little bit more in the next couple weeks about why that is not a fraction. But for now, it's okay for you to write 0/7. Let's go ahead and look at number 3 on your problem set. It says use your fraction strips as tools to help you solve the following problems. Noah, Pedro, and Sharon share a whole candy bar fairly. Which of your fraction strips shows how they can each get an equal part? Draw the candy bar below, then label Sharon's fraction of the candy bar. I'm going to go ahead and annotate Noah, Pedro, and Sharon, and I'm going to write 3 people. Share a whole candy bar fairly. Which of your fraction strips shows how they can each get an equal part? I'm actually going to put a line through that. We're not going to worry about that part right now. What I want you to do is I want you to draw the candy bar below. So we're going to draw the candy bar below, then label Sharon's fraction of the candy bar. Now that we've annotated and read this through again, I want you to pause the video right here and I want you to try to solve it independently by yourself. You can go ahead and look back at your notes if you need help, but I want you to try your best on it. After you've completed it, you can start the video back up and you can check the work that you did with mine. Are you ready? Go ahead and pause the video to complete the problem. So now that you've completed the problem, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to solve it correctly, and I want you to check your work with mine. So first I'm going to draw the actual candy bar. Here's the candy bar, and this candy bar is split between Noah, Sharon, and Pedro, and I tried to make them as equal as I could. So here's Noah, here's Pedro, and here's Sharon. And they want me to label Sharon's fraction of the candy bar. Well, this represents 3 people. There's 3 people it represents. There's Sharon. Here's Shannon's share of the candy bar. So she gets 1 piece, but 1 piece out of the whole candy bar is 1/3. She gets 1/3 of the candy bar because it's broken up into 1, 2, 3 pieces. So if I wanted to write this in statement form, I would say Sharon gets 1/3 of the candy bar. And hopefully Sharon gets 1/3 of the candy bar. And hopefully you guys all wrote your answer in statement form. There you go. All right, we're going to move on to the next part. So go ahead and look up at the board to see what step you go to next after completing this problem set. Good job, guys.